You sound like a white person. You speak like you're white. You act like a white girl. Why are you doing white things? You love to do white things. I've heard this my entire life. As if a black person, a black woman can't possibly speak like this simply because it's just how I speak. As though I couldn't possibly like to go hiking simply because I like going hiking. The amount of times I've heard that exact sentiment of, oh, I'm doing white things, or oh, I'm acting white, as though it's not authentic to who I am as a person. I genuinely don't know how many times I've heard that throughout my entire life. It's the same type of critique that I'm hearing in regards to Meghan Markle and her new show on Netflix called With Love, Meghan. Now, if you haven't seen the show yet, it is a lifestyle show. It's really cute, really airy, really carefree. Meghan Markle, Meghan Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex, she invites some of her friends in the show, some different guests in the show. They're either cooking, talking about life. And so, like I said, one of the biggest critiques I'm seeing that is being said about the show is that Meghan is inauthentic on the show. That this couldn't possibly be who Meghan really is, that she doesn't really enjoy doing these things that she's telling us in the show that she enjoys doing, whether it's cooking or putting together things for her guests, for her friends, hosting, that those little details and little things couldn't possibly bring her joy, that all of that is inauthentic. And I think it really comes down to people not understanding that black people, black women, are not a monolith. We are not all the same. We don't all sound the same. We don't all look the same. We don't all enjoy the same things. And I think so many people are so used to the stereotypes of black women that they see, and it's hard for people to see outside of that. How they think we're supposed to act, how they think we're supposed to speak, what they think we're supposed to enjoy. I remember one time I was interviewing for a role, one of the earliest roles that I was interviewing for as a journalist. And after the interview, the hiring manager gave feedback to the person who really highly recommended me for the role, and who was also just a very integral person within the organization that I was interviewing with. And so I didn't end up getting the role, but what I want to talk about actually is the feedback I got for why I didn't get the role, okay? So the feedback wasn't about whether or not I was qualified for the role. I was. It wasn't about my education. At that point, I had my master's degree. It wasn't about my experience. It wasn't about any of that. The critique was that, oh, Mary, she just came off too bubbly. And it was said in a way that that wasn't actually my personality. And the thing is, like, the personality that I went into this interview with is my natural personality. And this is a place where there weren't many people of color at all, really. And it was just such a strange critique because, like I said, my credentials weren't what was picked apart. It was my personality. And to me, it came off as though, okay, here is this black woman in front of me and she's acting in a way that's not authentic to her, without realizing that actually that's my personality. That is my natural personality. And I do feel that when people who look like me step out of a certain box, it gets really uncomfortable for some people. And it's because it's not what they expect. It's not what they're used to. And so to see Meghan like enjoying doing these like homemaking, delicate, cutesy, joyful things and her getting real joy from that, it's uncomfortable for some people to see because it's not what they expect. It's not what they're used to seeing from someone who looks like Meghan. And like for me, I'm just so happy to see a woman of color in this space in this way because there's not many. And so like I just became a homeowner, and one of the first things that I said when I got this house was like, I have a big backyard. I was like, I cannot wait to have a garden, plant my little vegetables, also plant flowers, and all this like cute stuff, just make it all beautiful, and sit down in my backyard and tend to my vegetables and plants and drink my wine. Like, that is the epitome of like, okay, girl, you made it, and just enjoy those simple things. It's another reason why I haven't even filled my house with furniture or art or decor yet. I'm going so meticulously, piece by piece, because I just want it to be perfect and beautiful, and I want to just look at things and for them to just bring me joy on a daily basis. And so for me to know that those type of things that I'm seeing in Meghan's show brings me joy, when I see people say, oh, it's pretentious, this isn't really her, she's acting and this and that, I'm just like, pretentious where? Acting where? Because it seems like she genuinely gets joy from what she's doing. And like, of course, she's not gonna be 1000% herself with a camera shoved in her face. Who is? Like, let's be real, who is? And for the people who are saying like, oh, she's not relatable, girl, do you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for it to be 100% relatable? Meghan is a duchess. Her father-in-law is the literal king of England. There's a level of relatability that is just not possible at this point. And let's be so for real, Meghan Markle had her lifestyle blog way before she was even in the royal family. So at the end of the day, I think people just need to really understand that no, Black people are not a monolith, that you can see someone like Meghan Markle on our TV screens and know that women like Meghan Markle do exist. Not everything with Black people has to do with suffering and drama and struggle. Sometimes a Black life or the Black experience does actually look like the experience of Meghan Markle. I am that girl who, when my friends come over, I'm making sure that everything is just like so cute and that my friends know that they are cherished when they step into my space. And that's exactly what Meghan is giving in this show. And I love it. Absolutely love it. That one pot pasta that she made, I can't wait till the day where I am sitting in my backyard and I finally figure out how to do this gardening thing, and I'm picking my own tomatoes, my own greens, and making that one pot pasta with something that I grew myself. Goals, okay? That is goals. By the way, if you have any gardening tips, please let me know, because I don't know the first thing about gardening. I watched all of the episodes and I'm gonna watch all the episodes again. And then when season 2 comes out, I'm gonna watch all those episodes too. Black people are not a monolith. And if you're questioning the authenticity, that may be a question more for yourself of why you think someone like Meghan Markle needs to fit into a certain box.